Hello and welcome to English 111 online. Yeah, I jumped ahead. Let's look at the course information. What are we doing here? What week is this? Who am I? Where have I been? I took fall break last week and I was enjoying myself. Now I got to get back to work. Okay, anyway, we're here at week 11. All right, so this is what we're working on. The first draft of the research essay is due by the end of this week. Oh my goodness, yes, but no, if you've been working hard, if you did the source chart, if you did the outline, you're going to be in pretty darn good shape. If not, then welcome to the week of where you're going to be working a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and go do the modules here. Let's go down to module D. Okay, and let's see, this week starts with D9. All right, so magic word, keep an ear open for this. All right, so when I click on D10 to show you the instructions on how to do the research essay, it may look familiar to you, okay? So we kind of skip this part up here. I mean, that just kind of explains why we're doing it, right? Okay, but here's the task, kind of whatever. Again, this is explaining kind of the reasons why, but here's the basics of what you're supposed to be doing. It's going to be between 1,200 and 1,500 words. That's 4 to 6 pages. Using MLA formatting, works cited does not count as one of those 4 to 6 pages. You should have 5 to 7 sources, and at least 3 of those should be scholarly, okay? And again, we kind of showed you how to do that earlier on. All right, and then you need to use MLA formatting, okay? And make sure that it's either Word document or PDF. And then the contents and the structure, this is the same information that we presented in the outline. Oh, so again, if you looked at the outline and you actually spent time building an outline, this is the same information that you can do, okay? And if you need help, there's a couple of different things you can do for help on this. Number one, you can look at, where are we? Where am I? Who am I? The sample assignments. There's some examples assignments of how it was of some papers that were done. But you can also please contact the tutoring services, because again, this is the big paper. This is the big one, the big research paper for this class, and we're going to have another module after this, which is kind of completely different. But this is the one where if you need help, please reach out. So the goal here is by the end of, you need to upload your first draft of this paper for this week. Okay. Now, please note some other things. Okay. You can use first person for the beginning of this paper, because you're talking about your research process and what you experienced, okay? And when you get into the actual research stuff that you're quoting, that's when you should be using third person, okay, to present information from the sources. Because if you say, again, the topic that I mentioned before was, let's say, autism and communication disorders, okay? Is there a connection between the two? And if you say, I believe there is one, and I think this is a great quote when I found this, and then you have the source, you don't need to have the I think, I believe, whatever, okay? It's like, is there a connection between the two? Well, according to so and so, they state this. That's using the third person, okay? But you can use first person to document your process, and also when you talk about your reflection, that can be in first person. But this part here, section 2, really should be more in third person, okay? Again, don't use second person. Also, when you quote, when you have integrated quotes, when you cite stuff, don't do more than 2 lines, okay? Find the most important information in that quote, because if you do 4, 5, 6 lines, then you're not really writing this, you're just copying and pasting what people wrote, okay? So this is the kind of style that we're looking for here. And here's the rubric on how, you're going to be graded overall. So this is your first draft of this. So what are you going to do with this? Okay, well, I'm glad that you asked, because the magic word is bowl. Bowl, like when you eat a bowl of cereal. Bowl. Okay. All right. Where are we? We're down here. Okay. Once you have, you understand the assignments, and there is another smart book assignment here on strong paragraphs. Okay. That just will help you with your writing and stuff like that. So make sure you do that one as well. And then you actually get to upload your first draft. And again, This is a peer review. So you're going to upload your research essay to the discussion board. I've already shown you how to do that. Okay. And then you need to respond to 2 other students' papers. Okay. And answer these questions. Make sure you answer all of these questions. There's A through F. Okay. And again, you do not own your classmates' work, and therefore you have no right to share any part of someone else's personal story as far as that stuff goes. Okay, so that's this information right here. Okay, so again, you're going to post it and then respond, and again, your responses should answer each of these questions. Alrighty, and be very specific in your answers. So I've already shown you how to do that, so I'm not going to spend the time on showing you how to do that. And then the end of this week is that you have the grammar, punctuation, and style activities. Now you'll notice, again, if you look at the calendar here, under the course information for this week, okay, the goal is for you to upload your research essay, your first draft, by Friday the 24th, because we need to have time for people to reply. Now, here's a little secret, folks, okay? I don't necessarily like dock you if you don't do the 24th, but if you submit it after the 24th, the chances of you getting actually peer reviewed goes down dramatically. So in case it indirectly hurts you. So if you wait till the 27th to post your paper, okay, you're not going to get any responses and you're not going to get the help you need. So don't do that. So post by the 24th, so that you can make sure that people can reply and do feedback on your stuff by the 27th. Okay. And that is it for week number 11.